Hi, welcome back to Whisky Wednesday. I'm Joe Ellis and I hope you've all had a really good Easter break. It's time for another Balcones whisky review, and this time it's the Balcones Brimstone. Pour a good measure out. And this is another corn whisky from the Texas-based distillery, and it's very special, this whisky, as it's a oak smoked whisky. Now it's not the same as a peated whisky from Scotland or other places where they make peated whisky. This one, they smoke the spirit. So once spirit's distilled, they smoke it using an oak fire. So, you know, when they're making a Scottish peated whisky, they dry the barley using peat smoke. They've already made the spirit, so they actually smoke the liquid itself. It's bottled at 53%, and it's a lovely kind of amber gold. I'll go for that colour. And all the Balcones whiskies that I reviewed so far, they're all unchill filtered, and they all have no added colouring, so it's completely natural colouring. Let's give it a good nose. I do like corn whisky, and especially the Balcones whiskies. There's that lovely kind of humid corn note. Like that kind of, I think I said on the baby blue, it's like a kind of a hot barn on a summer day in Texas, full of roasted hot corn. There's a real nice earthiness to this one. Like an earthy cigar. Maybe like a Cohiba cigar. It's actually quite subtle on the nose. But there's a lot of aromas. It doesn't smell like the 53% it is. Getting that lovely bonfire note to it. Really nice. Imagine you're at you're all sat around like a campfire, you're roasting marshmallows. There's some of that in there. Maybe you've got like some sparklers and you've lit them. It's really reminiscent of a bonfire. Lovely kind of charred wood. And the great thing about the Balcones range is that the whole idea around their whiskies is that it's not just whiskey from Texas, it's a Texas whiskey. So it embodies everything about Texas. And sadly, I haven't been to Texas yet. Hopefully I'm going to be rectifying that in the next few years. But this is what I imagine like a real good night in Texas is, sat around a bonfire. I do like the earthiness to it. Really earthy. Imagine kind of the night after you've had a bonfire. There's been a really big bonfire and you've still got all the burning embers of the wood and you shovel it, and it kind of releases kind of still hot wood coals that are burning from the night before. Do get that. Like I said, there's a lovely flamed marshmallow smell to it. Quite subtle on the nose. Surprising. I was expecting it to be a lot hotter on the nose, but it's surprisingly subtle. Really nice. Right, let's give it a taste. That is nice. The front of the palate, when you first take it in, it is like almost eating charred wood, but with a kind of a barbecuey glaze. There's a real definite charred wood note coming through. I'm also getting a toasty, smouldering smoky oak. And a slight bit of chili heat in there as well. It kind of reminds me of a spicy kind of chipotle sauce. Right, second taste. This is so really bonfirey. There's almost, you know, the hot sauce, Tabasco hot sauce. Well, they do like a barbecue chipotle version of that sauce, and it really reminds me of that. So you get like a sweet, peppery, barbecuey smokiness to it. There's also again that lovely kind of cigar note, pipe tobacco comes in. And the finish, it's quite drying. All the corn whiskies have had quite a lovely dry finish, but this one's really long, lovely finish. Get a slight kind of charred meat quality to it as well. Right, let's give it one more try. There's a nice clove spice coming out. Some real nice warm spice, clove. A little bit of kind of anise in there as well. That's really nice. There's a slight, on the finish, there's a slight mintiness on it. A slight mintiness on the finish, so it kind of gives it a slight kind of menthol cooling quality to it. But then it dries out. It's really nice. Very long finish. That's really good. This is what I imagine. This is what I imagine Texas to be like. I think I'll have to go just to see if I'm right. But this, to me, this is Texas in a glass. It's beautiful. Really Moorish. I can happily sit here for hours and drink this. The Balcones Brimstone. I'm actually blown away by this. Really nice, such a unique concept as well, to actually smoke the spirit rather than smoke the grain. So, I have to say, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's another superb whiskey by the Balcones distillery, and the master distiller and founder Chip Tate. You're making some awesome whiskies, Chip, and please keep doing what you're doing. So yeah, 9 out of 10 for the Balcones Brimstone, a superb corn whiskey from the Balcones distillery. Please share the video, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter. I'll put all links in the description below. And if you want to know more about the Balcones range, I'll put a link in the description as well. See you next Wednesday, guys. Cheers.